So, how about that update? Huh? It's already late August. This will not only be the latest summer update, assuming it actually comes out before fall starts, but the longest time between two major updates. I actually just got back from 2 weeks in Japan, and I was almost certain that the update would be out during that time. But I also originally predicted that the update would be out in early July, like the last two summer updates. So, I don't know anymore. Nobody really does. Not even the dev team. But what we do know is that Valve is moving offices to a much larger building. At some point this was scheduled to happen in July, but now it's supposedly set for September. So I wouldn't be too surprised if some part of this added to the update delay in some way. Though there's been no actual mention of this by the TF2 team. But okay, nobody wants a rushed update. We don't want another meteor match on our hands. These things take time. It'll be done when it's done. Give them a couple more weeks, maybe a month, is what I would have said in, like, July. It's gotten to a point where this is getting kind of stupid. With that said, the blog posts about the upcoming changes and the thought processes behind them are good. They should do them more often. I don't really care much about cases, but I'm glad they made some kind of post after a month of nothing. And in the end, they specifically mentioned something about the release of the Pyro update. It's a disappointing answer, but it's better than nothing, I guess. Something I find kind of interesting is that the post calls the next update the Pyro update, when earlier posts refer to it as the Jungle update. Obviously, it's most likely going to be both, but if the update is as big as they're making it out to be, I kind of have to ask, why wasn't it split into two updates? This whole process of putting all or most of your resources into a really big update in the middle of the year and changing very little up until that point just makes the early part of the year kind of barren, I guess. Nothing really new happens. They could have always tried to finish the Pyro part of the update first and release it in like March and save the Jungle update for summer, or vice versa. The Jungle theme was announced way back in November, and most of it will probably be community created. It probably could have come out sooner if they wanted it to. It seems like they're really trying to jam a lot of things into this update. And yeah, maybe even too much if it's taking them this long. You could say that we should be happy that they're taking the time to hopefully do it right. And yeah, sure. But this whole 2 major updates a year with very little in between is not good for the growth of the game. I've said that before, but I still really don't know why they've decided on that model. It doesn't even seem good from a profit perspective. But I really don't have a way to know that. Let's say that Gabe Newell himself comes to me and says, "Oh, my good friend, I need your help. I need you to manage and make a schedule for our Team Fortress team." The best I could do is $1 million yearly salary. Alright, but you owe me one. Oh, thank you, you've saved my company. I'll finish this later. So hypothetically, here's what I think could be a good schedule. And it doesn't even need to be like 2011, where semi-big updates happened every couple of months, and they just kept adding a ton of new stuff without really bothering to fix the old stuff. You know, simple things. You keep the 2 big updates, one in, say, early July and one in mid-December. Then in the previous year, say November, again, announce a community project. Since community updates like Invasion or End of the Line won't exist in the same way that they used to anymore, why not have a yearly update where the theme and what gets added in is decided by the TF2 team, but everything is community made? Then in like mid-March the next year, you release the update, you get some hats, some new taunts, maybe a new map or 2, and everybody's happy. Then a couple months later, the big summer update happens, and then after that, Halloween. The past few years, they've kind of given up on Halloween. Now don't get me wrong, I like the TF2 Halloween updates, but I generally prefer that they work on things that have an impact all year. But hey, Scream Fortress is a staple of the game now. Just making it entirely community-based is kinda lame. But I'm sure that coming up with some new gimmick every year, coding it, making sure it's fun and semi-balanced and mostly bug-free isn't exactly easy. Maybe we can meet somewhere in the middle. Let's say that 2017 features a Valve-made map or boss or gimmick or whatever, and then 2018 is a community Halloween update, and then 2019 is Valve made, and then, you know, so on. That way it gives the TF2 team more time to come up with an actual idea, and the community contributors plenty of time to finalize theirs. And then after the Halloween update, you get the Christmas update, and bam, now you got 4 big updates sprinkled throughout the year. But why stop there? Remember the spotlight items from late 2011 and 2012? Basically every week they added a new workshop cosmetic. Why'd that stop? Okay, every week might be a bit much, but why not have like the first update of every month include like a Spotlight Workshop item. You have it featured in the shop. Don't make it over like $5, because that's dumb. There are a lot of good cosmetic items just sitting there in the workshop, not getting added. But why stop at just hats? Only having balance changes twice a year is also dumb. What if every month they tested at least one balance change? Wouldn't that be good for keeping players entertained in the months without content? Say you haven't played for a couple weeks or a month, and then you find out that, oh hey, the Babyface's blaster is good again, and there's a new hat. Neato! I'll go play that game. Okay, that's just me rambling about things I'd like to see, but I don't think it's too unrealistic, right? Maybe? If they ever were to come up with some kind of concrete schedule, they could even make it public and then just tell people if they need more time on something or if they have to miss something for some reason. You know, it's just, just things they could do. This isn't going to have an effect on anything, but I just like to talk about it. They could also advertise their games more. I don't really know why they don't. They're a big company. The shorts they make are good advertisements, but those obviously take a long time to make. The only TF2 ad I think I've ever seen was the one during Venture Brothers, and I think that was only used once. And I mean, hey, I'm getting League of Legends ads on YouTube, and that game is almost as old as TF2. Make commercials for all your games. I don't know why they don't. But, yeah. I genuinely don't have a clue as to when the Jungle update, or Pyro update, or whatever they're gonna call it, will actually come out. So I'm not even gonna try to guess. Though that does kind of make actually scheduling videos kind of difficult, since I'd rather not spend an entire week on a video, just have it completely overshadowed because that update just suddenly comes out, and everyone's making videos on that. But I'll figure it out. Maybe after Valve finally moves offices, they could hire some new members to the team and make a more consistent schedule. Preferably with more medium-sized updates instead of just one massive one. I would prefer that. I assume most people would, but I don't know. At this point, all we can do is wait. Just keep waiting. And hope that it's good. It'll be good. Probably. Maybe. I hope.